Hi everyone, welcome to my Art Time channel. Today's project is a spring canvas in response to Nina Ribena's art journal prompts and more. And you can see I'm ripping up some painted paper and I'm using gel medium to stick it down. I've actually used two different papers. Both were made on my jelly plate actually. And you'll see there's a third one which is actually a print and it's got leaves and things all over it. And I'm just ripping it up and sticking it down, trying to fill up most of the white. And now I'm just putting some gesso over the top using my fingers just to tone it down a little bit. It was a bit brighter than I thought it would be. Alright, what I'm going to do now is tear up a napkin and use parts of the napkin for my part of the background, and you can see it's a 3-ply napkin. And what I'm going to do is use a water brush so that I can outline where I'm going to tear the napkin, since I only want specific designs. I didn't really want to cut it. I thought it would look better and blend in a little bit better if it was ripped. So I'm basically just outlining where I want to tear the napkin. And at this point I haven't taken the extra layers off. I didn't want to make it too fragile when I was tearing it. And just see I'm now peeling off the other layers. And I just continue to tear out the pieces that I wanted to use. And having a look at my placement, deciding where they would go. And I decided that I needed another little piece, so I'm just using the water brush again to tear out some extra ones. And then I have a look at what other embellishments I'm going to use. And again, using the gel medium to stick the napkin down. Just making sure that I put the gel medium where I needed it. I do like using napkins for backgrounds. I think they make you get lots of nice designs and some beautiful images that you can use. Do have to be careful when you're applying the glue though, sometimes they will tear or rip. And I have found some tear easier than others as well. Now I'm just adding a little bit of gesso to blend the napkin into the background. And I did decide that the background needed a little bit more work. There seemed to be a lot of white spaces, and I didn't think it blended very well with the napkin. So I did take out the watercolors, and I'm just going to use my brush and just fill in some of the more whiter areas. Just dabbing a little bit of the watercolour there. And these are Prima watercolours. And just spraying with a little spray bottle. And I did actually add a bit of pink and yellow in there, but I forgot to press record. And here I'm using the watercolour paint to paint the little wooden embellishment that I have. And I'm just using the blue again just to put some splatters on it. Just picking up that blue that's on the from the napkin. And using a script stamp, just add a little bit more texture to the background. Now deciding how I'm going to place the wooden embellishment and the flowers that I have. And using craft glue to glue that down. What I'm doing here is just wrapping the little wire stem from the flowers around the pointed part of my pointy tool. And this is where I decided I really needed my glue gun to stick them down. The craft glue wasn't quite holding them. Just continuing to glue, making sure that they're all the flowers are well glued down. And here they are all glued down. Now I have to find a sentiment, and I found one online. I found this little, it was a poem or a quote, and the colours just seemed to be the right colours that I needed as well. Just using a ruler to rip the paper where it says spring. And having a look how I'm going to place them onto the canvas. What I'm going to do here is I'm just rolling the edges or the top and the bottom just so it kind of has a scroll look about it. So I'm just using the pencil to sort of give it a rolled look. I didn't like how it looked, it was too flat. Still fiddling with how to place it. Then I decided that I think I'd cut around the word spring. It was too square looking, or too many straight edges. And just dressing all the edges. Still fiddling with the rolling part. Still not entirely happy with it, but I couldn't seem to get it any better. Now I'm just using the little foam sticky squares to stick it on. did actually fiddle with this for quite a while. It didn't really want to sit how I wanted to. So in the end, I was satisfied with it, and then I started to distress the edges with my stamp pad. And I went round the sentiment with black pencil just to make it stand out a little bit more, smudging it a little bit, and it was finished. And some more close-up shots, and that was my project. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.